Welcome back, dear listeners, to an extraordinary expedition that transcends the boundaries of mere speed or luxury. Today, we immerse ourselves in the world of the Lamborghini Aventador, a car that is not just a vehicle but a symphony of design, power, and aspiration. Imagine stepping inside its cockpit. It's as if you're transported to a futuristic flight deck, with every curve of its carbon fiber body whispering speed. Each detail is meticulously crafted, from the razor-sharp lines on the hood to the aerodynamic sculpting along its sides, all designed to make you feel like you're gliding above the ground. Now, let's dive deeper into the heart of this beast. The Aventador is powered by a naturally aspirated V12 engine, a masterpiece of engineering that roars to life with a sound so rich it could be mistaken for a thunderstorm. When you press that accelerator, you don't just feel speed, you feel time collapsing. 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in under 3 seconds. It's like being shot from a cannon, but with Italian flair. And if you're wondering about the price, let me put it this way, it starts at around $500,000. Yes, you heard that right, a price that could buy you a small house in some cities, but here, it's just the beginning of a dream. And now, let me share a little story. A friend once asked me, why do you adore the Aventador so much? And I smiled, saying, because every time I drive it, I feel like a superhero. I feel like I can outrun time itself. And of course, every time I say that, people laugh, because they say, if this is a supercar, then how many legends live in our imagination? So all of this, and so much more, turns the Aventador into a saga, a fantasy, a moment that you will never forget. Each mile is a story, each rev of the engine is a heartbeat, and each glance in the rearview mirror eye is a promise that the future is waiting. So, buckle up, this is more than a drive, this is a legend in motion. The Lamborghini Aventador was built to do both. When it first arrived in 2011, it wasn't just another supercar release, it was Lamborghini making a statement to the entire world. This wasn't evolution. This was revolution. From the very first glance, the Aventador doesn't look ordinary. It looks engineered from aggression itself. Sharp lines that cut through the air. A stance so low and wide it feels like it's gripping the earth even while standing still, and then, the doors scissor. Doors rising upward like a warning signal, like the car is stretching before battle. Step inside and everything feels dramatic, angular dashboard, fighter jet-inspired start button hidden under a red flip cover. You don't just start the Aventador, you arm it, flip the switch, press the button, and the naturally aspirated V12 explodes to life. No turbo filters, no artificial enhancement. Just 12 cylinders breathing fire. The sound is deep, mechanical, violent in the best way possible. It doesn't hum, it doesn't purr, and when you press the throttle, the Aventador doesn't hesitate. It surges forward with authority, acceleration that feels physical, immediate, relentless. It roars. But what truly makes the Aventador legendary isn't just performance, it's commitment. In a world where engines were shrinking and turbos were taking over, Lamborghini kept the V12 alive. They kept the drama. They kept the insanity. The Aventador carried the brand's DNA forward, loud, outrageous, unapologetic. Over the years, it evolved into even more extreme versions, more aggressive aerodynamics, more power, more track capability, yet it never lost its personality. It was never meant to be subtle, it was never meant to blend in. The Aventador was designed for entrances, for presence, for moments. It's the kind of car that makes people stop mid-sentence, the kind that turns tunnels into concert halls, the kind that makes every drive feel like an event. And now, as the automotive world moves toward hybrid systems and electrification, the Aventador stands as one of the last great naturally aspirated V12 flagships of its era. Not just a machine, not just a supercar, but a symbol of excess, of drama, of pure mechanical emotion. The Lamborghini Aventador doesn't try to be reasonable, it tries to be unforgettable, and that's exactly what it became. With Italian flair. And if you're wondering about the price, let me put it this way, it starts at around $500,000. Yes, you heard that right, a price that could buy you a small house in some cities, but here, it's just the beginning of a dream. And now, let me share a little story. A friend once asked me, why do you adore two Italian legends, two completely different personalities? You look at the Aventador, and it doesn't look like a car, it looks like something engineered for war. Sharp edges, low stance, Scissor doors that open like a warning sign. It doesn't ask for attention, it takes it. The start button flips up like a missile switch, you press it, and the V12 doesn't start, it erupts. The ground shakes, the air vibrates. People turn around before they even see it. Now, let's compare this masterpiece to the Ferrari 458 Italia. Because the 458 walks into the scene differently, no sharp aggression. No intimidation tactics, it flows. Its design isn't screaming at you dash, it's inviting you. Where the Aventador looks like a fighter jet, the 458 looks like a sculpture moving at 200 miles per hour. And here's where it gets interesting, the Aventador dominates the road. It feels wide, massive. Commanding, you don't drive it quietly, you make an entrance. But the 458, it doesn't dominate the road, it owns the corners, the steering feels alive. Every movement feels intentional. It's lighter in spirit. Sharper in response, the Aventador feels like power. The 458 feels like precision. When the Aventador accelerates, it hits you in the chest, raw, violent, unapologetic. When the 458 accelerates, it builds, climbs, screams at high RPM, escape the. Like an F1 car that escaped the track, one is thunder. The other is a symphony. Park them side by side, the Aventador gathers a crowd instantly, phones out, heads turning, kids pointing, the 458 gathers a different crowd. The enthusiasts, the ones who understand balance, the ones who listen carefully to engine notes, the Aventador says, I am power. The 458 says, I am purity. Inside the cabin, the Aventador feels dramatic. Angular, aggressive. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next battle.